Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, and today we are playing as Italy because we have a couple of new special projects. So we're going to see if the new escort carriers are the answer to Mussolini's navy prayers. We obviously start with a small navy as Italy, which we can use as our strike force. We'll probably add a few battleships to it, probably just these two that are half done, and the rest we'll delete and pick something else. We're going to go straight for deck conversion because we do need a basic carriers to be able to actually research escort carriers. So we'll do that one next. And then we will just start with a little bit of construction as always and a bit of electrical engineering. Now construction wise, I'm going to obviously need dockyards, but first I'm going to need a naval engineering facility. Old me would have built it here in Rome and lose the free air one we get. So I've learned we're going to build it elsewhere. So we'll get one of them done. And then we'll build a few civs to get our economy going. Previously on my Carrier Italy run, we got proper carriers by going past this focus by declaring on China as our major nation. We won't need to do it this time, so we're not going to bother. We're going to be playing pretty much as historical as possible. We'll do a couple of cheeky early invasions, but that's about it. We do have a naval headquarters, so let's go and give them an admiral that we probably won't end up using. There's a few good traits that we have in our admiral, so we don't want to use someone good. Inshore fighter, for instance. We'll go with this main guy, I think. As Italy, we start with a coal deficit already. This is going to be crippling in this run, I feel. They should definitely up the coal. Unless I'm missing it, I don't really understand what coal deficit gives us. It looks like it gives us less factories, but I don't quite see how that is portrayed in the actual factory queue. Just double checking. So escort carriers just need basic carriers, that's it. And then we will start our research. I don't think they take too long, and then we should be able to mass produce them. Let's just merge our navy together and get that on naval exercises to start the XP so we can actually design some new ships when we can. There's Ethiopia dealt with, so we can go and get our army back to Italy now, as we won't be needing them for a little bit. I might have some early plans, but we'll see how we get on. Give ourselves a spy. We no longer need to do these decisions. We might as well abandon the naval treaty as well. We don't really want to be part of that at the moment. Let's go and get a chief of navy. I think naval aviation is probably the best. I mean, we're doing escort carrier, so it makes the most sense. I'm going to need some heavy cruisers as our screening ship. So we'll go for heavy battery 2 is 1 steel. So we might as well, because number 1 gives us steel as well. I think we'll only be able to do 2 heavy cruiser batteries because steel is just going to be our biggest downside. We just don't have enough. So we'll do anti-air. We'll give it a fire control that I'll upgrade later, as well as a radar. Best engine. I won't bother with light. I could probably do some armour, so I'll go for armour 1 because it requires no steel as well. I don't know what to do with the other bits, so I'm feeling... We can't do light cruiser battery. It'd be really handy if you can mix them up to give some extra light attacks. We can't do light battery 2 either. The only thing we can do is secondary batteries, so we'll go and add a couple of these, I think, just to add a little bit of light attack and piercing into it. And then I could go anti-submarine because we're going to deal with a lot of them. But I think aircraft because these are going to be on patrol. So let's go for the better surface and sub detection. Let's go give it an MIO. So we'll give it escort ships, I think. So we end up with nice 30 plus max speed, some good heavy and light attack, some good detection, a nice naval dominance, good anti-air and armor as well. So we're going to use these as our screens. We don't actually have any XP, so we'll have to do them later. We'll get to pick our scientists, which we have 2. So surface, submarine... Special project plus 5% with the Bright. So Bright is always the best option. Finally get these heavy crews on the go. So we'll do escort shipbuilder MIO. And we can get 3 of them on the go at the moment with our 15 dockyards. Like I said earlier, we are aiming for 10. So we'll line a few more up. These will take about a year, so not too bad. Deck conversions is done. So let's go and get ourselves basic carriers. And then we can start on our escort carrier research. We're going to work our way down to the new research slot as well because we have a lot to do. Going to pick up a couple of the air focuses just so we can get our free experimental facility in Lazio, and then we also don't have any air accidents as well. We can now go and get ourselves escort carriers. 325 days. It unlocks escort carriers and obviously the slots to put extra planes on. We'll start that bad boy off. We're going to need some torpedo bombers. We'll just give it simple torpedo, best engine, and we'll give it the naval aircraft designer. And then we'll also need some naval fighters now, so we'll go for enough guns. We'll give it the naval one as well, because I kind of want that up for the naval bomber stats. And then just the best engine as well. I'm going to go for 3-to-1 ratio of these on the ships. So we might as well do that in production as well. So we have an equal quality production. We'll go for the jet and special aircraft radar. We'll go for gifted engineer again because he gets 5% across all of the special projects. So we'll get him on the go and we'll do radar when we get a breakthrough point. Escort design drafts. Okay, do we want extra range? Not really in the med, to be honest. Stronger hulls could be important. Higher speed. I'm going to go for higher speed because I believe I've read that the speed of a ship comes massively into the naval dominance itself. They are only 28 speed as well, so we definitely want that above 30. So speed it is. This is actually the first time I haven't been titting about in Asia, so we can actually see how the AI does in the China-Japan war after a few updates. I'm actually going to have to start to trade away some coal, so we might as well just do the United States. It doesn't really matter who we get it off of. Do we want submarine detection, mixed or surface? I think we'll go for mixed because we are going to be facing both types of fleets. We've got our breakthrough point, so let's go and get radar on the go, which is just under a year. We are just trading over to naval dockyards. Escort carrier is done. Right, let's have a look at this bad boy. We are still well on the way of doing our heavy. We have our first heavy cruiser, so we've got 9 more that I plan on building. We will change these so we make 9 more, and then we can line up. So we've got all of these making 2 and then 1 making 1. We can then go and start making our escort carriers and see what these bad boys look like. So we'll obviously add as much hangar space as possible. Does it really affect anything? A bit of speed, but we can up the engine, so that's fine. We'll give it a bit of anti-air. I'll upgrade a radar when we can. I don't want armor or guns. We just want more hangar space. So we end up with a 40 deck size, which isn't actually too bad. The speed is 30, which is absolutely perfect. Bit of anti-air and a good bit of surface and sub-detection. So I think this is going to be good. Let's go and just release Italian East Africa, wherever it's called, so we don't have to deal with that. And then pacifying Ethiopia. And then we can probably go down and get a few more factories and strengthen the northern industry. We are going to have to trade our soul away to the US again for more steel because we basically don't have any and we're making more dockyards. Yugoslavia has a little bit, Romania has a little bit, but Vichy France, I believe, has quite a lot here in North Africa, which is good. So I'm going to go after them. Let's get the infantry expert and we will probably have tactical bombing. And then something navy, naval air defense, air combat, probably capital ships I suppose is probably the best one we can do. Nothing else is looking that interesting, so we'll do capital ships. I'll go and take over the Ministry of Corporations for a nice 2% extra dockyard output. I'm going to go for foreign affairs. We better start a few little invasions now. We're into 38, mid-38. Gonna put a couple of artilleries on. Well, we're up it to 3. Another couple of mountaineers so we get our nice 25 wits, bit of anti-air, and we're going to use some mountaineers to help us smash through Yugoslavia and the Romanian border. Yugoslavia has refused. Perfect. Okay, that means we can just declare they're going to bring Romania in, who are guaranteeing them, so we will stop exercising. I haven't actually got them set up on the borders yet, so we'll quickly set them up. We will get you over here ready to jump over to Albania once we annex them. We'll go and switch this to base strike, I think I want, because we have got carriers, obviously, so we'll use 100 doing that. Declare war on Yugoslavia, calls Romania in. We will just immediately push over them because we have loads of front lines. We may hold there with our black shirts, but we should be okay. Little encirclement there, if we can pull another one off. We'll go down and grab the victory and see if we can split these ones in split. I'll go and pick up a few more focuses of the Navy now. So we'll get a few dockyards and a few naval bases here. We are getting there with the ships. We have almost done our heavy cruisers, so just a little bit longer, these 5. There goes Yugoslavia. Perfect. All we're going to do is just completely annex them all. I could puppet them for the resource, but I kind of want to own the land. So we will just annex all of that. We need to quickly get our army on the border of Romania and make sure we can get across the river before they reinforce, because otherwise it makes it very difficult. They've slightly engaged us, but we are okay. We are getting a little pocket here we should be able to do if we can just pin the others in place. We are across the river. If I can just take Cluj, we should be good enough. Walk straight into there because they've got no one guarding it. And no, not enough. 99, a couple more provinces quickly. Romania is done. We will just pop it for the little bits of Bessarabia, which the Soviets are going to take because we don't want to go to war with them. And then we'll just take the rest of it for the juicy, juicy oil, a bit of steel. We could pup it again, but I think that gets messy. I'd rather just annex it, and then we'll get the compliance up so we get extra resources in terms of the oil. 4 more cruisers done, so we're up to 5. We've just got 5 more to go, and then we need 10 escort carriers, which are taking about a year. I'll go and get Dispersed Industry 3 because we get the extra dockyard output, which we desperately need. We'll get another one on the go because we've got 4 more dockyards. I am going to need some army bits, so we will start building mills after this. I think we've got enough dockyards for the meantime. We'll go and get improved cruisers because I'm going to need some better ones. Light attack is obviously pretty key as usual. Okay, we have our first escort carrier, and it has the wrong planes on it. We've got 2 and 2, so we'll get rid of one of these fighters, and we will add in another naval bomber. So we've got 3 naval bombers and 1 fighter. Should be enough. I think that's a good amount of ratio. I do need some light cruisers now, so I'll go for light cruiser battery 2 as always. We'll do the best of them. We'll put a radar in it for light battery hit chance. Engine 2 is fine. We'll leave secondary. We'll leave armour because I can't afford it. We'll give it escort. I think... Oh no, it doesn't require steel. It's just production. But I kind of need as many as possible of these. So I'm not sure. It's probably not worth it. I think speed's better than armour now. And it makes it cheaper. We'll add a couple more light batteries at the back and the start. And then we'll just put... Could do torpedo tubes and... what can we do? Depth charge we can only do at the back. So I'll put depth charge there and we'll put light cruiser battery there. So we've got a bit of sub and some torpedoes and then a load of light attack. That is all of our heavy cruisers done. So we have 10. We just need 8 more of these carriers. I'm going to steal a load of destroyers, I think, from the main fleet because we don't need that many. They've still got 33, which is an okay ratio. They probably could do with a few more, but I desperately need them and I'm not going to be able to make that many destroyers. What are they looking like? They're okay, so I feel like I'm going to convert them. So we'll give them escort shipbuilders. We'll go and give them... I could do a seaplane for spotting, but I don't think I need that. So we'll give it a depth charge or anti-air 2. What can we put at the back, I suppose? We can't put the depth charge. So we'll put the depth charge at the front, and then we'll put torpedoes as well. So a nice bit of depth charge, a nice bit of torpedoes. Oh, we can do radar, so... do we want the chance and the spotting? Probably... We can't do sonar yet anyway. Let's put radar 2 in as well because I don't think it'd be very expensive. 12 days is going to take to convert. That's absolutely fine. Let's get all of these on refitting. They're obviously going to go straight to the bottom, but that's fine. 12 days per one is not too bad. I've made a mistake because I've changed from fleet and being, so I can't do naval refit yard. I also want to refit the subs and the heavy cruisers, so I'm going to take the hit and change back to fleet and being. In fairness, it's only 60 XP, so that's not too bad. So we'll do that. We'll switch over to naval refit yards, and then I'll switch back once we've refitted absolutely everything we need to. Improved cruisers. Here we go. Light cruiser battery. We'll do some anti-air. We will do the best engine. Fire control 2. Radar 2. We'll go and add light cruiser battery at the start and the back. What to do in terms of balancing? I think if we give it anti-air and... Do we do aircraft for spotting? Can we do that in the middle is the question, because there's some you can't do specifics. We'll put another anti-air, so that's good anti-air, because I think we're going to have a lot of fighters. Light battery 2, I suppose that removes the light piercing because of the average. I want to keep these cheap rather than the usual mass the light batteries. Let's do catapults, I think, because we're going to be on patrol, so that's probably going to help in our spotting. Now I've got radar, let's go and add radar 2 into our carriers and we can convert that. That shouldn't be too expensive and it just helps with our spotting. I'll also decommission or recommission our heavy cruiser and we'll add in radar 2 and fire control 2 into those, and then we'll convert these over as well. How long? 24 days for the carriers, that's fine. How long? Oh, I need to include these ones. How long for our heavy cruisers? That's all of them, perfect. Escort 40 days. Okay, we can take that. We'll take 40 days for better chance of hitting. The fall of Paris. Perfect. Free France has capitulated. which means we're just going to declare, or justify and declare, onto Vichy to grab their lovely steel. We're up to 9 carriers, 10 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, and a few destroyers. Well, more than a few destroyers. I'm going to make some task force. Well, I'm going to want 1 carrier, 1 heavy cruiser to screen it, 1 light cruiser for damage, and then probably 5 destroyers for extra screening for them. And that's going to be our task force. Okay, so that is all 10 out. We are missing a carrier here because I totally miscounted, so we need to make another one. But yeah, forget about that. We've got this fleet here, which is going to be our strike force fleet. So this is going to be engaging the big main fleets of any enemy. So we'll always engage, never repair. Those 2 are fine, and all the Cs. So anything our patrols find, this will engage. We will go and give it an admiral, I suppose, is probably quite helpful. We will then change it so the home base is whatever it wants. Do the same with this fleet. That's going to be on patrol, gaining our naval supremacy and also finding things to engage. These should quickly get up our engagement. We'll do the same with all of that. And we'll just split the subs off. So we've got something to maintain. These are going to be on convoy raiding to reduce the enemy dominance. We'll put these on high engagement and we'll let them repair at medium risk, I think. Declare on Vichy, which won't bring Germany in because we're in a faction with them, so we should be able to roll them over pretty easily and get a bit of a test of our navy. This is going to be really difficult to keep an eye on all of these fleets. We are gaining naval dominance, which is good. We have 1 engagement here, so we've got a few French that we are engaging. We've got 3 of our carriers in, or our task force with the carriers, so we've got 90 planes out. 83% of our air wings are able to strike. We get a minimum of 80 before damage. They're just retreating. We have got our main fleet engaged now, so they have come to reinforce. So there's a nice easy win, a few screens, which is a very good start. We have got some other bits and pieces in engagement as well. There's 4 destroyers. That's our main fleet again, so that's just going to get absolutely smoked. Ooh, here we go. This happens to be the fleet where I haven't got an escort carrier, which is rather annoying. There is not really a lot. I'm going to disengage, but I'm going to lose that. There's absolutely nothing I can do against the French main fleet here. Okay, that's not a great one. We've basically lost one of our task force already, which is not brilliant. Subs are here. We are sinking a few of them, so that's nice. At least we have some sub-killing ability. We have a couple here. Oh, here we go. We have our main fleet and 3 of our patrols, which are engaging the main French fleet. So with our pride of the fleet, this should be a easy win. And obviously they've managed to retreat and we've just got some destroyers. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Can we re-engage that fleet, I suppose, is the question. 13 destroyers is nice. We have another engagement here. I can't see where if we've re-engaged them, so I assume... Yeah, I assume they've gone to port to repair probably because they're not in this one. We have got naval dominance now, so this is clearly working to gain the naval dominance. Whether we are equipped to fighting is another matter, I suppose. They are there. That's where that fleet is in port at the moment. So I'm going to switch these over to a bit of port strike to see if we can either sink them or at least force them out of the port. A few cruisers here of the French, but that's fine. That's absolutely no. That's 2 of our patrols and our main fleet as well. So that should be absolutely fine. A couple of destroyers we're losing here and there, but that's not the end of the world. So 71% of ours are able to strike. I really don't get how this new one's worked out. I don't know what the optimal carrier size is and how many planes you should have out. I've really got to do a bit more research on that because it used to be standard 4 carriers is the perfect amount. It doesn't matter how many planes are on them, but now I think there's a bit more calculation behind it. Meanwhile, we've just smoked their fleet there, so that is their pride of the fleet and their battleships gone. And there goes Vichy France. So we're going to take all of this stuff in the med for their juicy, juicy steel. We will take the French part as well, obviously, up here to extend our borders. And, you know, a bit more steel there, which is lovely for building ships. And then I think what I'll do with the rest is... Oh, no, we'll take Syria over here so we get another front line for a pincer mover on Cairo and the Suez Canal. And then we'll just puppet the rest. We have got an abundance of steel and rubber now, so we don't need to trade for that anymore. We are making refineries, and we have got quite a few factories on the go now. Before joining the main war, let's get all of our fleet in on repair, just to make sure they are going out at 100% strength, because I imagine they've taken quite a bit of damage. Yeah, we need quite a few of our dockyards on repair. We did take some casualties, so we'll go and start on damage control and fire control methods, just to make sure our fleet's better. We will stick with fleet and being, I think, for now. We'll go and get... either floating airfields or carrier battle groups. I don't think mass might be the one, actually. Sortie efficiency, that's not too bad. Nah, I think floating airfields is the one, actually. Air attack, night penalty is big, weather penalty is big as well. Let's go for floating airfields. Declare on Greece. Let's get dragged into the main kerfuffle going on here. We are already in an engagement, so just a few British destroyers, nothing else at the moment. I imagine there's quite a big fleet out here that we kind of want to avoid while we get dominance. A few more destroyers, which is fine. We can easily take them out. Our carriers are more than adequate for that. We have got a few subs here, so these escort carriers are good for destroying subs, which is basically what they're designed for anyway. Few subs here we're trying to locate. Oh, Hood has made an appearance, finally. And yeah, Hood got away. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We sunk a few destroyers in that engagement. Oh, it seems to immediately re-engage Hood, which is good. It has no screens really. 50% is absolutely pathetic. So I'm hoping once we knock out these destroyers and a couple of cruisers, we are taking a penalty by the looks of it, but I don't really understand what it is. Oh, we've sunk Hood. I wasn't even paying attention. We have got rid of Hood. There goes the last two battle cruisers as well, and that is Hood done. We've got a few more engagements. There's some Greek subs we don't really care about. Anything else engaged? We've got something here. Some British subs we're trying to find as well. There's some more destroyers. The AI just seems to do quite a few of these patrols to try and get the dominance up, which is easy pickings for us. It is the main fleet. I'm pretty sure there's some carriers about we want to avoid. That is basically all of Egypt dealt with. So we own the Suez Canal now, which means they can only get out one other direction, but we will go after that. There is a load of engagements going on here. We do have complete naval dominance now by the looks of it in the Med. I really wish they just bring back the green so it's a bit more clear. A lot of engagements. We are waiting to attack Malta to see if there's anything there. Oh, I totally missed this. Yeah, it seems we retreated and lost a lot to a couple of carriers and battleships. So this is about... That is us taking Malta now. So I wonder if that has been caught retreating, because those carriers are somewhere. They fell back to Malta. We have trying to be sinking them with planes, but for no ends. There was the pride of the fleet of the Greeks. That's done. Another one. Can we find this carrier unit is the question. I wonder if it's retreated out of Gibraltar. And that's why we do the air focuses, so we don't lose him. And he gets a nice recovery rate plus 10% now, which is very handy. There goes Gibraltar as well. There goes Cyprus, and they were lurking in Cyprus. So we need to quickly get some of these fleets. I mean, they're engaging stuff elsewhere. We need some of these to engage that carrier. I mean, it can't actually go anywhere, so it's not really a problem. I just don't want to spend ages chasing it around the Mediterranean. Oh, we've engaged it with one. I don't really want to leave that because it can get absolute trolleyed by it. So unless someone's going to turn up... No, I'm going to just... No, never mind. Never mind, we've lost one of our patrols. Our main fleet has arrived, which is good. So we have caught them before they retreat. They are retreating now, but I think they're probably stronger than us in fairness. But if they just stand and hold, they'd have probably a good chance of sinking us, but they're not. They're disappearing. But we will chase them around the Med, I suppose. We will eventually capture them. We did lose a carrier, which is rather irritating, so we are down to 9. Let's get all of our fleet on strike force to see if we can properly engage them. We have only got 76%. They are immediately retreating, although... Oh, I don't know if we got anything there. Oh, we got a battleship. Okay, we sunk one battleship. I think they've got no screens now, so if we can... Oh, we got a carrier, actually. Sorry, we did get a carrier. That must have been a different battle. Hopefully we can catch up with the rest of them. Is this... Ah, here we go. They do have a few more screens, and they've retreated again. But every time we destroy their screens, it means they've got less for the next battle. There is the carrier. I mean, they have got no screens. They are immediately retreating again, but finally... Oh, there we go. Finally, we got a battleship. Can we... No, the carrier got away. It keeps getting away, but we've re-engaged it, and it now has nothing. There we go. That was definitely it deleted. I missed it. There's the battleship. There's 2 more battleships. And there is the last carrier. I think that is the Brits, completely out of the Mediterranean now. That is fully in our control. We're going to get these in merging, I think, into one fleet. And then I'll probably put them up for repair before we move them out of the Med into the Atlantic to engage Britain. As we're getting absolutely penalised by coal, I did read earlier today that they are bringing out some coal updates. So hopefully this is fixed. There goes Kuwait and Iraq. So we now own a bit more oil, which is good. They are sending a load of convoys through the Med somehow. I don't know where they're coming from or to, because we own everything, but we're stinking convoys. Clearly they've changed Japan as well, because they used to just roll China over by like 1940. So we're in 1942, and it looks pretty historical to me. Right, we'll get these onto Strike Force. We'll leave them as one whole fleet, I think, at the moment. Let's get them over to Normandy. We'll delete all the regions, move them to Normandy, and then we'll get them just strangling the Brits. So let's get them on Strike Force, English Channel, and both sides of it as well. We will see if we can get rid of this naval dominance. Let's split 9 of those off, I think. We're going to use the old tactics where we're going to have one of these cruisers. We'll put them on never engage, and we'll get them on patrol to find something. Oh, we've got a carrier, I can tell already. 2 carriers, 4 battleships. Okay, this I feel like we can take because we have got our main stack. Who knows what penalty we're getting for having 9 carriers in this? I have no idea, but I don't really care. We're going to go toe for toe, although the Brits are running away with their tail between their legs. Standard for you cruisers and destroyers out and about. That's absolutely no match for our monster navy now. We have almost got dominance in the English Channel. It's 50-50 at this present moment. What have we got here? Oh, Pride of the Fleet carrier they've changed to. Immediately that's retreating, and immediately we've lost that. A few destroyers, nothing brilliant. There is someone in Hull. We'll do a little force attack. There's 3 units in Hull. Our mountaineers should be enough, so if we can just surround it and pin them in, we should be able to take the port at least. What has Britain got? 147, 8 carriers and 8 battleships. No idea what they started with, but they've still got quite a bit, to be fair. Okay, this is quite a monster fleet from Britain. I'm going to go toe for toe, like old school boxing at the last minute. So we're not retreating. They've got 6 carriers. So they must be taking penalty. Okay, we've lost quite a bit there. That didn't really go in our favour as much as I was expecting. We are re-engaging them on it. No, they are in Dover trying to repair now. There's some Dutch gone. There's the United Kingdom. Britain is done, and that's basically all we were after today. Where is that fleet, though? I want to sink that fleet. While you're destroying the Dutch, it's not really helpful because there is the carriers over here. Let's get you all on Strike Force so we can try and engage that one fleet. Oh, there we go. Right, we have turned up with half our fleet, so I'm just going to go toe for toe. We're going to go for toe and see who ends up sinking and who ends up still sailing the ocean. Okay, we've re-engaged here. We're going again. We're going again. They're losing destroyers. They are retreating, but they are taking some big hits against us. We are just going to go absolutely slog battle to the end. Immediately re-engaged it again. This isn't looking great, actually. We're at 44% screen, and they've got 100%. Oh, we're losing some big boys now as well. This could be an absolute disaster. We didn't hear no bell. We haven't heard no bell. We're just going for it. Screw it. This is the end of the run. Let's see if we can pull something miracle off here. Again, we've got re-engaged. That's a load of... Yeah, those battles weren't great for us at all, were they? Last one, I think this is going to be it. And I think this is going to be the end for us unless we can just smash some of their heavy ships. But I think this is the end of our screens. Yeah, gone. This has got to be the end. Look at that. Pride of the Fleet's there. 8 carriers. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Yeah, that was it. There we go. We just completely deleted our navy there. Absolutely brilliant. And there's all our fleet at the bottom of the English Channel being absolute rubble now. Brilliant. Brilliant end to it. What an exciting end. I've never done that before, and I will probably not be doing that again. But there we go, guys. We have used the new escort carriers as Italy. I mean, technically they were good and we won because we have naval dominance in the Med and knocked the Brits out. But in a straight battle, fun enough, they're not designed for that, and they don't work like that. So I need to do a little bit more testing of how to utilise them better. I am still trialling how to best use the Navy since this update because I haven't quite mastered it yet. I imagine if you've got a big boy like the US or Britain who's getting convoy raided, escort carriers could be good for actual escort missions, but they're not bad for the patrols. We did get dominance quite quickly, so if you want to use them as cheap patrol carriers, that's probably worth it. But there we go, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you want me to do next. Subscribe if you want to see more Hearts of Iron content, specifically Navy, coming up soon. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.